Good afternoon and welcome to this League One encounter between Peterborough United and Sunderland this afternoon. I'm Russell and your host. I'll be back again at half time when I've been getting all the scores from all three divisions in the Football League today. But right now, I'm going to let's hear from our match limited for the very first time and say a very good afternoon to Nicholas Jones. Nicholas, good afternoon. How are you doing, mate?
Good afternoon, Russ. I'm doing great. Yourself?
I'm doing good, mate. Thank you. You looking forward to this match today, Nicholas?
Yes, very much so. Sunderland haven't lost a match since February the 9th, so they look like the informed side. Although Peterborough have the top scorer in League One in Johnson Clark-Harris with 26. That could count against them. Sunderland, I mean.
It could count against them, yes, Nicholas. Nicholas, if I were to push you for a score prediction for this game this afternoon, what would you reckon the final score is going to be?
I would say either 2-1 Sunderland or 1-1 between both sides. For Peterborough, I would expect someone like Clark-Harris to score.
Yes, we're going to be ready for kick-off in a few moments' time. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hand over to Nicholas Jones, who will guide us through the first half action between Peterborough United and Sunderland. Nicholas.
Thanks, Russ. A real clash for the second place automatic promotion in League One. Very tight match between Peterborough and Sunderland. Just going to go through the teams. Just going to go through the team sheets. In goal, number 1, Christy Pym. Number 3, Dan Butler. Number 4, Nathan Thompson. Number 5, Mark Beavers. Number 6, Frankie Kent. Number 8, Jack Taylor. Number 9, Johnson Clark-Harris. Number 14, Louis Reed. Number 15, Sammy Schmodix. Number 16, Harrison Burrows. And number 23, Joe Ward. On the substitutes bench, number 13, Daniel Jayalai. Number 7, Mohamed Issa. Number 10, Shariki Dembele. Number 12, Reece Brown. Number 17, Ricky J. Jones. Number 22, Ethan Hamilton. And number 24, Niall Mason. Darren Ferguson's made one change to his starting lineup as Jack Taylor comes on in place of Reece Brown. Onto Sunderland's lineup now. In goal, number 1, Lee Burge. Number 6, the captain, Max Power. Number 9, Charlie Wyke. Number 13, Luke O'Nien. Number 16, Dion Sanderson. Number 23, Grant Ledbetter. Number 25, Callum McFadden. Number 26, Carl Winchester. Number 27, Jordan Jones. Number 28, Aidan McGeady. And number 31, Ross Stewart. On the substitutes bench, number 20, Remy Matthews. Number 2, Connor McLaughlin. Number 10, Aidan O'Brien. Number 11, Lyndon Gooch. Number 14, Josh Scowen. Number 21, Jack Diamond. And number 33, Denver Hume. Back in the squad for the first time in 4 months. And Johnson's changes are that Ross Stewart replaces Lyndon Gooch, and Ledbetter and Winchester replace Scowen and McLaughlin. Max Power drops back to right back to make room for Winchester. The players have come onto the pitch, and Jack Taylor makes his first start in 9 games after injury. There he is, proudly wearing the number 8 on his shirt. Charlie Wyke has scored the most goals in a season since Sunderland. Second most highest scorer, just 3 shy of Kevin Phillips. Will he eclipse that score today? And our referee for the match is Craig Hicks. It's his 8th match in League One. 27 he's done in total this season. Aaron Farmer and Andrew Hendley are his assistant referees. And the 4th official is David Rock. Lee Johnson has been Sunderland's head coach since 2020. And under him, they've enjoyed this massive performance, now having risen to third in the table, just 2 points behind Peterborough. Darren Ferguson knows what it's like to get promoted with Peterborough. He's done it with them 3 times in either of his 3 spells at the club. Everybody taking their final position. Sunderland will be kicking the ball. Sunderland will be the first team to kick off, wearing the red and white stripes. Peterborough wearing the solid blue, and now they take the knee in solidarity for Black Lives Matter. Referee checks to make sure that everything is okay, and we are underway. And it's Sunderland who have the ball first. Already, one of the defenders sending it forward to what looked to be white, but it's gone out for a throw-in already to the Peterborough defenders. And it's going to be Nathan Thompson with the early throw-in. Headed away by one of the Sunderland defence. That was actually Joe Ward. Peterborough in possession now with Dan Butler. It is Dan Butler who has the ball for Peterborough, and he's crossing. Looked like he was heading for Ward, and a Sunderland player has been brought down. I couldn't see who it was, but he's back on his feet again. That looked like, no, I couldn't see, but it looked like Thompson who fouled him. Let's have a look at that. It was actually. It looked to be Luke O'Nien who was brought down. Anyway, Jordan Jones with the free kick for Sunderland. And he takes it. And it's intercepted now by Sammy Schmodix. Schmodix crosses forward, but is intercepted. But the ball is in fact intercepted. And it looked like Ward was going after it, but Lee Burge got straight to it. Cleared by Butler. And Max Power, the captain, has the ball for Sunderland. The defenders now playing around with the ball, passing it back to Lee Burge. Lee Burge clears the ball forward. Glanced off one of the headers, but it's now Grant Ledbetter in possession, but intercepted by Thompson. Peterborough have scored the most home points this season with 44. Throw-in taken by Thompson. Sunderland have scored the most away points this season with 37, equal with the league leaders Hull. O'Nien. Headed by one of the Peterborough defenders, but caught by McFadzean. Now here's Sanderson. Sunderland doing well to keep possession of the ball, but intercepted by Ward. Now this is Aidan McGeady. Back to Luke O'Nien. Sanderson. That was Max Power. Here's Jordan Jones, but the ball was nicked off him. And it was Dan Butler who brought him down, but nothing given from the referee. No cards or warnings. Four minutes in, Peterborough 0, Sunderland 0. Cross by, but it was caught by Sanderson. Carl Winchester. Excellent cross, but headed away by the Peterborough defence. Peterborough still holding out well against Sunderland. Now here's Nathan Thompson. But cut off by Callum McFadden. Seems amazing to think that only a few years ago, Sunderland were fighting relegation in the Premier League. Now they're on a fight back, and Nathan Thompson scored in Portsmouth's EFL Trophy final win against Sunderland. Just had to throw in that nuggets of information there. Luke O'Nien takes the free kick. Jack Taylor looked like he was to clear the ball from the Bolton defence, but it's now Louis Reed. Schmodix. Sunderland almost back in possession, but Mark Beevers, the captain, was fouled by a Sunderland defender. Couldn't see who it was. Well, it looked like the Sunderland player was about to go for the ball, but just clipped it off him. It was, in fact, Ross Stewart who looked like he was going for the ball, but I cannot confirm. Anyway, Mark Beevers, the captain. Now it's Christy Pym to take the goal kick. Good header by the Sunderland defence. O'Nien. Taylor. Looked like White was about to charge for the ball there. Ward. Ward, he's holding on. Almost tried to get through the Sunderland penalty area, but couldn't quite do it. And it's now out for a throw into Peterborough again. And it's going to be Dan Butler to take the throw in. And he throws to Reed. Passes to another player, almost crosses it to Kent, but it was straight to his homekeeper, Pym. Sunderland trying to wrestle the ball away, and I think they've done that now. Dion Sanderson. Straight back to Burge. And it looked like Butler was brought down again. Ref says play on. Joe Ward. And already we have a goal from Rotherham's match against Wickham, and it is Wickham who are 1-0 in front. Chairboys battling against relegation in the Championship. But it looked like Ross Stewart was about to go for a scoring opportunity. Ward trying to wrestle the ball from Sunderland. Jordan Jones. Crosses. But it almost went to Ross Stewart. Cross by the Peterborough defence. Chipped in. Looked like Schmodix was about to go for the ball, but Burge was too quick. Another crucial game going on in League One. Blackpool now 1-0 up against Gillingham. And the ball has gone out for another throw-in. I still can't call at this moment who is the stronger side out of these two. But Joe Ward almost went for an opportunity, but it was caught. But he was cut off by the Sunderland defence, and it was Power who eventually caught the ball in the end. Sunderland back in possession now, and already Grimsby Town 1-0 up against Cheltenham. The Mariners battling for relegation in League Two. Wyke, and it's wide. And Coventry City are 1-0 up against Bristol City. Charlie Wyke came very close to opening the score, but it was just wide. The Black Cats' top scorer with 27 in all competitions. And it's out for a corner it's up for a corner. Can Sunderland take advantage of the corner? And it is going to be Grant Leadbitter to kick the ball into the penalty area, hopefully resulting in a score for Sunderland. In it goes. Clipped by Ross Stewart, but Peterborough are safe for the time being. 10 minutes gone. Peterborough 0, Sunderland 0. Ross, in fact, scored on his debut in a 2-0 win against Accrington Stanley on March the 17th. Thompson with the throw. Sanderson. Ward looked like he was going for the ball, but Burge was quick to intercept. And he kicks the ball out of the Sunderland penalty area, and the ball's gone out for another throw. Again to Peterborough. Back in play. The balls now looked like it was heading towards Kent, but Pym was to intercept and deflected away. Headed by McFadden. Leadbitter now. Sanderson. Crossed by Sanderson to one of the Sunderland forwards. And back again. And downfield, crossed by Power this time. Ross Stewart almost got there, but out for another throw after Mark Beavers blocked him. And it's thrown to Sunderland for the first time, and it's going to be Max Power to take the throw. Oh, and away it goes into the Sunderland penalty area, but cleared away by the Peterborough defence, although Sunderland still want to attack. Leadbitter will go straight into the penalty area. Now, here's McGeady. What can he do from this angle? And it looks like a Peterborough player has been brought down. It might be Thompson. Play still goes on, but the referee has brought play to a halt. What on earth has happened? Nathan Thompson is on the ground. This is not what we want to see at this game or at any match. And Tranmere Rovers 1-0 up against the League Two leaders, Cambridge. It looked like he was pushed down by Ross Stewart, but that looked nasty. McGeady went for goal, but the ball was blocked by the Peterborough defence. Why keep on playing when clearly there's a man down? I've never seen anything like this before. Anyway, play has been stopped, and Mark Beavers also knows what it's like to promote clubs to the Championship. He did that with Bolton in the 2016-17 season. And the physio now feeling Lee Thompson's arm, and Thompson's feeling his head a little bit, clutching his shoulders. He looks winded. He's clutching his head. That looked nasty. It looked like Ross Stewart was pushing him down. Is he okay to carry on, or should he go off? I personally think he should go off, but then again, it's not my decision to make. It looks like he is going to walk off the pitch after all. So Darren Ferguson will have to make a substitution very soon. And again, it's another corner, this time to Sunderland. Punched away by Christy Pym, and Peterborough keep the ball in. Keep the ball in play. Power. O'Nien. Luke O'Nien was looking for his man, but the ball was kept out by the Peterborough defence, and the ball skirting around the line for a throw, but still kept in. Looked like the ball was heading for Charlie Wyke, but Peterborough kept the ball out well. Dion Sanderson doing his bit to keep the ball away from Peterborough players. Ross Stewart. And it was a foul on Nathan Thompson. He can't, and it was another foul on Nathan Thompson. I apologise, he is still playing. But that was unnecessary, even though he was heading for the ball. Poor Nathan Thompson, he's been roughed up once. And Doncaster Rovers 1-0 up away to Bristol Rovers. Free kick to Peterborough. Everyone getting into their respectful positions. Nicely taken, but Sunderland keep the ball out of the penalty area. No, sorry, 6-yard box, I beg your pardon. Yeah, 6-yard box. Harrison Burrows. Taylor. But a foul already. I couldn't see who fouled whom. It might have been from Carl Winchester. Let's have a look at that. And it was on Taylor. No booking from Craig Hicks. Almost 17 minutes gone. Still Peterborough 0, Sunderland 0. But for the past couple of minutes, Sunderland are getting closer. And talking of which, one of their players has been brought down. The Peterborough and Sunderland players arguing with Craig Hicks over whose fault it was. But things have been brought swiftly under control to avoid the argument turning into fisticuffs. Hicks has calmed them down, but will there be a booking? Doesn't seem to be any booking. And yes, in fact, there is a booking, and it will be for Louis Reed. Just clattered into Jordan Jones. That looked unnecessary. That looked extremely unnecessary and well deserving of a card, in my opinion. Meantime, Crewe 1-0 up away against MK Dons. Stevenage 1-0 up at home to Bradford City as the ball goes out again, even though Dion Sanderson was very close to intercepting the ball. Darren Ferguson and his assistant manager look on. In all three spells at his club, Ferguson has won 218 of his 475 games, and that is a win rate of 46%. Thompson, Ledbitter, now McFadden. Sunderland look like they're really starting to attack now. Jones, Winchester. Winchester again. Winchester crosses. He was heading for Ross Stewart. But Frankie Kent kept the ball away from him. Good defending from Frankie Kent. Jordan Jones crosses, aims for Stewart, found him, but Peterborough were too quick to intercept, and it looked like Winchester. Sanderson. Straight back to Burge. Luke O'Nien. Fadson. And looked like Charlie White was fouled. And already Sunderland have had 62% of first half possession. Ball has gone out for another throw. And Blackpool now lead Gillingham by 2-1. An earlier score between Oxford United and Accrington Stanley. Accrington are 1-0 up away. Throwing again to Sunderland after just over 20 minutes. In all his 28 games in all competitions so far, Lee Johnson has won 18, a rate of 64%, only lost 3. The ex-Bristol City manager. All cleared away by Christy Pym. Now over to his opposite number, Lee Burge. Leadbitter. O'Nien again. Leadbitter crosses, but it was cut out by the Peterborough defence, and one of the players has slipped up, but he's back on his feet now. Here's Ross Stewart. No, it wasn't Ross Stewart, beg your pardon. It was looked like Jordan Jones. Yes, indeed it was. Nice cross from Jones, but it went off Stewart's back. Aimed in the wrong place. And it's another corner to Sunderland. It is their 3rd of the first half. Jones raises the arm to say he's ready. Crosses the ball into the 6-yard box, but cleared away by the Peterborough defenders. Cross by McGeady. Now back to McFadden. Thompson now. Credit to him that he's still going after that nasty foul he had earlier on in the first half. McFadden to take the throw, which he does. Straight to Luke O'Nien. Promoted Wycombe Wanderers from League 2 to League 1 in the 17-18 season. Sunderland still in play. And it was heading for Charlie White, but he didn't get to the ball in time. 23 minutes gone. Still Peterborough 0, Sunderland 0. And you can follow Football Commentary Live, the home of alternative football commentary, on Facebook. Like on Facebook at Football Commentary Live, and follow us on Twitter at Commentary Live 1. Johnson Clark Harris, top scorer in League 1 with 26. Charlie White, 4 behind him on 22. Sunderland and Peterborough both going for the ball, neither wanting to give way. McFadden, Winchester, Peterborough back in possession with Harrison Burrows, Leadbitter, Max Power, Sammy Schmodix almost nicked the ball off him. But it's another throw-in to Sunderland. Power takes the throw to Sanderson. Sanderson passes the ball around the pitch. O'Nien. Power, who crosses and the ball is kept out by the Peterborough defence, and it was actually Joe Ward who was going for it, but O'Nien was quick, but O'Nien was too quick for him. Luke O'Nien again. Passes to Callum McFadden. Great teamwork between these two. Now Aidan McGeady. Power. Back to McGeady, the Republic of Ireland international. Now Johnson Clark-Harris. That's the first time we've seen him on the ball this season. Taylor. Beavers. Now Butler. Schmodix. Beaver again, but Sanderson quick to cut him off. Peterborough look like they're now starting to edge themselves back into the game. But right now, at this moment in time, it's difficult to say who will score first. And Wickham are 2-0 up away to Rotherham. And it's going to be a goal kick for Sunderland, which Burge takes right away. Charlie Wyke was getting into a bit of a physical tangle with Mark Beavers. But meantime, play still goes on after the goal kick. Beavers. Thompson. Nathan Thompson has the ball. Passes to Ward. Reed. Almost caught by Schmodix. Sunderland back in possession with Leadbitter. McFadden. Now Leadbitter again, but Jack Taylor quick to pounce. Reed now in possession for Peterborough. Goes for goal, but Burge was too quick for him. Burge looks very pleased with himself after saving the ball. Quite a low shot from Reed, but Burge was able to pounce, like I said. Now Thompson with another throw-in for Peterborough. No, it's actually Sunderland, I beg your pardon. It was Aidan McGeady, the Republic of Ireland international. And Burton Albion, 1-0 up at home to Swindon Town. Charlie Wyke now for Sunderland. McGeady. McGeady fouled by Thompson, but neither get cautioned by the referee. Thompson was going for it. It looked like he was going for the ball, but McGeady was quick to get back up, and a little ruffle of McGeady's hair. Barnsley chasing promotion, 1-0 up away to Luton Town. And Stevenage and Bradford City now level pegging at 1-1. Back to Peterborough against Sunderland now. And it is Carl Winchester in possession. Back to McGeady. Leadbitter. Max Power. Jordan Jones. Fouled by Dan Butler, but ref says play on. Ross Stewart, but Peterborough in possession again now. Taylor. Jack Taylor crosses, heading for Ward. But Lee Burge did well to keep the ball out. He really is on form. Ward looked like he was about to catch the ball, but Burge was too quick for him. However, they're not done yet. Peterborough seem to be getting ever closer to scoring. Here's Sammy Smodix, but kept out very well by Lee Burge and the Peterborough defence. Smodix was unlucky not to score from this, and he actually would have done had Luke O'Nien not been in the way, in my opinion. 30 minutes gone, still Peterborough 0, Sunderland 0. Corner for Peterborough with Harrison Burrows to take. But kept away from the 6-yard box by the Sunderland defence. Ward now, headed away by Sanderson. And out for another throw-in to Peterborough. And Blackburn Rovers are 1-0 down against AFC Bournemouth, and Blackpool are now 3-1 up against Gillingham. And the ball is now out for another throw-in. Smodix was just so unlucky not to score from that angle, but it looks like he's going for it again. Crosses, but cleared away by the Sunderland defence. Ward now. Jack Taylor. Here's Charlie Wyke. And Ross Stewart was collected by Mark Beavers. Ledbetter. Winchester. Carl Winchester for Sunderland. McFadden. O'Nien. Sanderson. Cross by Sanderson, aiming for Stewart. Headed away by the Peterborough defence. However, Sunderland still look like they mean business. Wyke. Oh, sorry. Okay, back to Wyke again. But intercepted very well by Pym. Wyke was just ever so close to scoring, and Hull City are 1-0 up at home to Northampton Town. Hull, the League One leaders. Still 0-0 between Peterborough and Sunderland. And already another foul on Jordan Jones, and it was Sammy Smodix who brought the Northern Irishman down. No, Carl Gibbon. Ledbetter, Sanderson. O'Nien now. O'Nien to McFadden. Now O'Nien again. Grant Ledbetter crosses. He's aiming for Ross Stewart, but cleared away by Frankie Kent. Dion Sanderson. Grant Ledbetter. And it looked like there was going to be a cross to the forwards, but Peterborough held their ground. Ross Stewart now. Now Leadbitter again. But the Peterborough defence still holding on. That was actually Ward who was going for the ball, but McGeady was quick to hold him off. Grant Leadbitter, very experienced player in the Championship and League One, and already Grimsby and Cheltenham are level pegging at 1-1. McFadden with the cross, but it came to nothing in the end. McFadden crossed, but Mark Beavers did well to keep the ball out of the 6-yard box. 10 minutes to go until half time. Christy Pym clears away the ball. Still Peterborough in possession. For the past few minutes, it looks like they've been caught off guard by Sunderland. They're trying to get back into the game now. Beavers. Butler. Butler crosses. Good clearance header by Dion Sanderson. Peterborough throw. Caught by Schmodix. Burrows back to Schmodix. Butler. Burrows. Now heading for Johnson Clark-Harris. But intercepted by the Sunderland defence. Luke O'Nien now for Sunderland. And Millwall 1-0 up away to Stoke City. And the ball has gone out for a throw. Thompson takes it quickly. Now Reed. Ross Stewart. But a foul by Mark B. But a foul by Dan Butler. Couldn't see the Sunderland player he brought. Couldn't tell which Sunderland player it was he brought down. Craig Hicks has his card out, and it looks like he will book Dan Butler. And it was on Jordan Jones. Jordan Jones, who returned to the team on Good Friday after a spell of injury, and Butler has indeed been booked. That's his 5th of the season. And it will be a free kick to Sunderland. And Jordan Jones will take the free kick. What can he do from this distance? He kicks the ball, but it's kept out of the penalty area. Only went as far as the D. Carl Winchester. Power. Stewart, who holds on, but is brought down. Now back to Power. Power crosses. Sunderland still in possession. They're still holding on. Can they pull something out of here? No! The Peterborough defence are just too strong. Johnson Clark-Harris now brought in to help. But the ball goes away from the Peterborough 6-yard box, and it's now ended up just short of the halfway line. Forest Green Rovers 1-0 down at home to Salford City. Don't forget the green and black army chasing promotion in League 2. What a kerfuffle going on in the Sunderland penalty area. That was McGeady, but Sanderson has brought down Sammy Schmodix, the man who came close to scoring earlier, remember? Schmodic looks like he's in pain or something. And down he goes. Looked like he was holding his head in his hands or something. But anyway, it's a corner now to Peterborough. And it's going to be Joe Ward with the corner. Can Peterborough pull something out of the bag from this? Schmodic almost went for it, but Burge was quick to intercept. Burge rolls the ball out. O'Nien. Kent. Now Stewart, but held off by Beavers. Burrows. Sanderson for Sunderland. 5 minutes of normal time to go. Still Peterborough United 0, Sunderland 0. Excellent cross from one of the Sunderland defence. Winchester. Reed. Harrison Burrows now for Peterborough. He was going for Johnson Clark Harris, but Luke O'Nien was quick to hold him off, and had he gone in from another angle, that could have easily been an own goal. Reed now, heading for Burrows. And Burrows got tangled up with O'Nien, I think. No penalty given. Reed. Butler, and it's out for another throw. Jordan Jones will take the throw. And across into Stewart, but the Peterborough defenders were quick to deal with that one. Joe Ward now for Peterborough. Taylor. Burrows. Reed now. And the cross was being aimed for Nathan Thompson, but the ball has gone out for another throw-in. How close did that come to an own goal? Good thing Luke O'Nien was paying attention for Sunderland. Otherwise, like I said, if he'd gone in at another angle, the ball could have easily ended up in the net unintentionally. John Sanderson. Grant Ledbetter. Oldham Athletic 1-0 up away against Crawley Town. O'Nien. Ledbetter. Excellent cross by Ledbetter, but cleared away by one of the Peterborough defenders. Harrison Burrows did well to hold on. Schmodic. Sammy Schmodic now for Peterborough, but tripped up in the 6-yard box. And Schmodic took the opportunity when he could, but just slipped up at the wrong moment. Or was he fouled by O'Nien? Yes, indeed, O'Nien pushed him down, but nothing given. McGeady. Caught by Pym. Sammy Schmodic's holding onto his shoulder, but looks okay. Beavers. Crossed by Beavers, intercepted by the Sunderland defenders. Dion Sanderson. Luke O'Nien. Now Ledbetter. Sanderson again. Passes to Wyke. Now Wyke again. Cleared away by Beavers. But Sunderland still in possession. They just will not give up. Still 0-0 as we approach the 45th minute of normal time. And a free kick has been awarded to Sunderland. Lee Johnson looks on. Reed. McGeady. Ledbetter. McGeady again. And there will be an additional period of 2 minutes. Hull now 2-0 up against Northampton. And this will not do Northampton's hopes of escaping relegation any good whatsoever. McGeady was going for the ball, but pushed Beavers down. And it is going to be Pym to take the goal kick again. Indeed it is. I was half expecting one of the teams to be at least 1-0 ahead by now. Surprised it's remained equal. Pym takes the goal kick. Headed by Clark Harris. Reed. Beavers. Clark Harris. Beavers again. Now Charlie Wyke. And the ball has gone out again for a corner, for another throw-in. Sunderland going for it, but Peterborough doing well to defend. Callum McFadden now. Winchester. To Wyke. Winchester again. O'Nien. Ledbetter. McFadden. And the whistle has been blown. It is the end of the first half. Both teams went into the game with high expectations, but so far none has been fulfilled. At the end of the first half, it is Peterborough United 0, Sunderland 0.
Thank you very much, Nicholas. And Sunderland and Peterborough drawing 0-0 then at half time in their match in League One action this afternoon. Currently watching Rotherham against Wickham here in this studio here, and Rotherham currently 2-0 down into first half stoppage time, where there is 3 minutes of stoppage time. There's a few other goals going in around the ground just as all the scores coming into half time. Nottingham Forest 1-0 up against QPR. Oldham are now 2-0 up against Oldham. Those are some of the latest score flashes that's coming through as Wickham on the attack in this game at the New York Stadium, which I'm watching here in the studio. Coming up towards the end of the first half there. Cameron Borthwick Jackson got the second Oldham goal. Alex Mighton with the goal for Forest. Some goals, but Rotherham in second best in the first half so far. Coming up and for the majority of the first half. So the second half is where Rotherham, towards the end of the first half, is where Rotherham have been the brighter sides. Reading have taken the lead against Derby County, Michael Police of the 45th plus 3 minutes of stoppage time. The referee in this Rotherham game, which is James Linnington, just come across to have a word with Ennis Naeta there for not taking this free kick very quickly. Rotherham playing in high line, trying to catch Wickham offside as the ball is Played in now, headed away there on the edge of the penalty area by Wes Harding. And he's back up towards Musgrave, the first goal scorer for Wycombe Wanderers this afternoon. And that ball's forward looking towards Freddie Ladapo, who's had some chances blocked and some good chances which are being blocked or just gone wide as Wycombe coming on the counter-attack. Advantage is played as Musgrave is on the overlap on the outside, goes inside the penalty area. Now Musgrave with a shot takes the deflection of Michael Iekwa behind for a corner for Wycombe at the end of this first half in the championship game between Rotherham United and Wycombe Wanderers. Good block there as Musgrave cut in looking for a shot. It was deflected by Iekwa just wide of the post. I think if he hadn't done it, it would probably been 3-0 and probably game over for them. Noisy flag had gone in from Musgrave just before half time. We'll go around the grounds as soon as this is half time, and we'll read you the scores from the first half once this is half time. As the ball is in towards the penalty area, Freddie Ladapo gets the ball on the half clear. Wycombe hit the ball back in and across to this left hand side where it's picked up by Knight, who tries to play in Fred Onyedinma. Rotherham Wes Harding is bad there to clear, and there goes the half time whistling from James Lillington, the match referee this afternoon, and it's currently Rotherham 0, Wycombe 2 in the game. Time watching this afternoon will bring you all the other scores from around the grounds right now, and then we'll get the thoughts of Nicholas Jones on that opening 45 minutes in our featured match between Peterborough United and Sunderland this afternoon. So we'll just run through some of the games in Premier League evening kickoffs for Everton against Crystal Palace. That's a 6 o'clock kickoff, and at 8:15 it's Wolves against West Ham. The quarter way this evening in the Scottish Cup, Queen of the South take on Hibernian. In the Championship, early result finished Middlesbrough 1, Watford 1. Blackburn 0, Bournemouth 1, Coventry 1, Bristol City 0. Luton 0, Barnsley 1. Nottingham Forest 1, QPR 0. Reading 1, Derby 0. Just at the closing stages of Rotherham United 0, Wycombe 2 is an half-time score. Stoke 1, Millwall 1. Swansea 0, Preston 0. Sheffield Wednesday v Cardiff is an evening kick-off 5:30. League 1. Wimbledon 0, Fleetwood 0. Blackpool 3, Gillingham 1. Bristol Rovers 1, Doncaster Rovers 1. Burton Albion 1, Swindon Town 1. Hull City 2, Northampton 0. MK Dons 0, Crewe 2. Oxford 1, Accrington 1. Peterborough 0, Sunderland 0. Rochdale 0, Ipswich 0. Shrewsbury 0, Plymouth 0. Wigan 0, Portsmouth 0. League 2. Colchester 1, Barrow 0. Crawley 0, Oldham 2. Exeter City 0, Mansfield Town 0. Forest Green Rovers 0, Salford 1. Grimsby 1, Cheltenham 1. Harrogate Town 0, Port Vale 0. Leyton Orient 0, Walsall 0. Newport 0, Bolton 0. Stevenage 1, Bradford City 1. Tranmere Rovers 1, Cambridge United 0. In the Women's International Friendly, result is finished Uzbekistan Women 1, India Women 0. In the National League, Bournemouth 2, Hartlepool 1 is the latest score. Chesterfield v Dover, match postponed. Henry Redbridge 0, Aldershot 1. FC Halifax 2, Weymouth 1. Kingsley 0, Altrincham 0. Midland United 0, Eastleigh 0. Surrey Moors 0, Sutton United 0. Wilston 2, Barnet 0. Woking 2, Notts County 1. Wrexham 0, Torquay 0. Stockport v Bromley is an evening kick-off at 5:30. In La Liga, Barcelona v Real Valladolid is an evening kick-off at 8 o'clock. Australian A-League, Newcastle Jets 0, Western United 1 is a full-time score, as is Wellington Phoenix 2, Melbourne City 3. So there's just some of the scores from around the grounds today. In the Danish Super League, Aalborg 3, Trondheim 2, FC Copenhagen 2, Randers 1. In the Belgian First Division A, Rich Leuven 2, Genk 3 is a full-time score. Zulit Wagram 0, KS Eupen 1 is a half-time score. Swiss Super League, FC Basel 0, FC Vaduz 1. In the Russian Premier, Zenit St. Petersburg take on FC Kameki at 5 o'clock, as do Fenerbahce versus Denizlispor in the Turkish Super League. In the Portuguese League tonight, all games kick off this evening. SC Farense v Sporting Braga is a 7:15 kick-off. Benfica Maritimo a 7 o'clock kick-off. Lorientes v Sporting a 9 o'clock kick-off. FC Midtjylland v Brøndby in the Danish Super League is a 5 o'clock kick-off. And in the Belgian League, Royal Antwerp versus Anderlecht is a 5:15 kick-off this evening. Now we're going to go to our featured match and speak to our match commentator, Nicholas Jones. And question for you, Nicholas. After watching that first half this afternoon, if you could pick a side who was being the better of the two sides, which team would you say has played the better football and had the better chances, Nicholas?
Sunderland looked like they were in possession more throughout the first half, but Peterborough still held their ground, and the Posh had a few chances to go for goal themselves. But like I said in the commentary, I'm surprised that neither team has managed to get ahead as we approach the second half. Still, I just can't believe why both Peterborough and Sunderland are 0-0.
Yes, and Nicholas, you've been watching that game for us for this first half, and which player for you has stood out most in that first half? Is there one in particular which has stood out for you, and you go, who would you say?
At the moment, I'm sitting on the fence. They've quite a few players have shown their prowess. Although I would say Joe Ward has had a few chances himself, and also Sammy Schmodix, who was booked earlier. But as for Sunderland, Aidan McGeady came close to scoring a couple of times, but I still can't pick out an individual player.
Okay, Nicholas. Nicholas, if I were to push you and ask for a final score prediction, would you? Earlier you said either a 1-0 draw or a 2-1 to Sunderland when they first asked you before kick-off. From what you've seen on that first half, if you ended 0-0 and there's no goals in your match this afternoon, would you say that would be a fair scoreline, a fair reflection of what you've seen so far if it does end goalless, or would you say one team's played better than the other?
If either team does not score, it won't affect their league positions. They will still be in with a chance of either automatic promotion or the playoffs. I don't think a win will be too much. I don't think a win for them will be too much to worry Hull, because they're currently beating relegation-threatened Northampton.
Yes, and Nick, we've had a comment in here during the half-time interval from Deza 6. He says, "Good work, enjoy the breaks." Is enjoying your commentary so far, Nicholas? What would you like to say to Deza this afternoon, who's tuning in and enjoying your coverage?
All right, cheers, Dazza. I'm glad you're enjoying it. That's actually my dad, by the way. So, hi, Dad.
Hi to Mr. Jones there. Hopefully you're doing okay, mate, and glad you're enjoying the work. And glad you're enjoying listening to football commentary live. I'm Russ, who's done commentaries before and helped out with Mike on the Arsenal game on Saturday, and to be hoping to try and get a few more in this week as well. And I was the one who gave a bit of the commentary from the Rotherham game towards the end of the first half in that match today. So thank you for tuning in, Des, and hope you're enjoying this broadcast. Like you said, you are, and your son is doing a very good job on the commentary, and he's glad to be a part. And I'm glad we've got him on board here at Football Commentary Live. He's doing some fantastic work. So keep it up, Nicholas, as well from my side.
Okay, it's not only my dad that's listening as well. My aunt and uncle said they would be listening as well. They listened to us do the Forest Green Rovers Bolton match, and we're about to go back into the second half. Just caught a glimpse of Sheffield Wednesday against Cardiff. Their match is at 5:30 this evening.
It is, Nicholas. Yes, that's the match. But we will not, unfortunately, we'll not be covering that game this evening at 5:30. We'll just bring you the results as soon as both of our matches have. As soon as this feature match is finished and the game I'm watching is finished, we'll give the full classified check from the 3 o'clock kickoffs, and then if you want to find out the later kickoffs, get on, go to your little websites which you check the football out there. So we're stepping off, almost ready to kick off at Peterborough against Sunderland. Let's cross the bar live to our studio. To one of our studios here at Football Commentary Live. And I'm back to your match commentator for the start of the second half. It's Nicholas Jones.
Thanks again, Russ. As the League One table stands, Hull will have extended their lead over Peterborough to 3 points, and Sunderland will remain 2 behind. Blackpool will enter the top 4, but it will still be very tight in the playoff places, and indeed the automatic promotions after today. Won't be much of a change, but any point gained will be crucial come the end of the season. And I'm just getting a. Sorry, I went to check on something unrelated there. So apologies for momentarily losing my concentration. Anyway, the Peterborough players are out onto the pitch doing their exercises after half time. They'll be going back into the game very shortly. Johnson Clark-Harris, Peterborough's top scorer, and Sunderland are now walking back out onto the pitch. Johnson Clark-Harris has promoted clubs up. Is also experienced in promotion from in getting EFL clubs promoted. He did it to Coventry City when he was on loan in the 17-18 season. And we are getting ready for the second half between Peterborough United and Sunderland. And this time it will be Peterborough who will kick off proceedings in the second half. Reminder of what they're wearing. Peterborough wearing their solid blue, Sunderland the red and white stripes. Everyone taking their final positions. Jordan Jones looking a bit impatient, waiting to get going. And indeed, we are underway for the second half between Peterborough and Sunderland. And already a throw-in has gone out for Peterborough. Thompson with the throw, headed out by Callum McFadden. Now it's going to be Joe Ward with the throw-in for Peterborough. Ward throws to whoever he was looking for in defence, but couldn't quite find it. Nathan Thompson almost had it, but Ward's going for it again. But the Sunderland defence doing well to keep the ball away. Both managers want their clubs to win, but who will manage to break through and score that crucial opening goal? I said earlier in the pre-match build-up that it would be 2-1. Now I've changed my mind and saying it could well be 1-0. Anyway, Peterborough in possession. Still Joe Ward, but offside. Or was it a foul? Clark Harris, fewest touches in the first half with 16. Sunderland in play. Power. Sanderson. It looked like I was aiming for Ross Stewart, but Peterborough were quick to intercept. And by the way, no half-time substitutions for either team. Wyke was going for Taylor, but Taylor quickly held him off. Now Thompson. Thompson under pressure from Carl Winchester, but they were aiming for goal. Schmodix goes over the crossbar. In fact, it actually ended up on the roof. Headed by Sanderson, straight to Schmodix, but he aimed too high. Quite a contrast to what he nearly came close to scoring with in the first half anyway. White now, but kept out by Christy Pym. So the ball was cleared out by Burge, and Wyke almost went for it with his right foot, but Pym was able to clear it away. I must say, both goalkeepers are on form throughout this game. Anyway, it's a corner to Peterborough. No, Sunderland, beg your pardon. Aidan McGeady sent the ball into the 6-yard box, but Peterborough did well to clear away. McFadden to Stewart. Ross Stewart now to Wyke. Wyke back to McFadden. McFadden was aiming for Stewart, but the Peterborough defence were too quick. But the Peterborough defence were too quick for him. Charlie Wyke again for Sunderland. Wyke to Winchester. Max Power now for Sunderland. Straight back to Lee Burge, and Portsmouth 1-0 up away to Wigan Athletic. And Port Vale 1-0 up away against Harrogate Town. And a special mention for the referee in this match, Rebecca Welch. She is the first ever female referee of an EFL match. Sanderson. Wyke. Power. Carl Winchester. That was Jordan Jones. Now Reed. Almost caught by Winchester, but and looked like a player went down in the 6-yard box. Kent. It was Frankie Kent who brought down a player. No card given, and it was on Ross Stewart. Ross Stewart was brought down by Kent. Frankie Kent lucky to get away with that one. Free kick to Sunderland. Can Sunderland pull something out of the bag with this one? And it is going to be Jordan Jones to take the free kick. No, it isn't. It's Aidan McGeady. Aidan McGeady composes himself, takes the free kick, but it goes over the crossbar and only clips the back netting. It almost went for the back of the net, but not in the way he wanted. It actually hit the side netting, I beg your pardon. There goes my joke. Peterborough back in possession again. Peterborough back in possession. That was Johnson Clark-Harris. Jack Taylor trying to get the ball off one of the Sunderland midfielders, and it's Callum McFadden for a throw. 52 minutes gone. Peterborough 0, Sunderland 0. And Oldham Athletic now 3-0 up against Crawley. But Sunderland still in possession. Max Power crosses. He was aiming for Charlie Wyke, but the Peterborough defence were too quick for him. And it looks like Shariki Dembele is getting ready to come on as a substitute. Who is he going to come on for? But already it's a Peterborough throw-in. Off Johnson Clark-Harris, almost caught by Harrison Burrows. Now Clark-Harris again. Clark-Harris. Almost caught by Mark Beavers, the captain. Throw into Sunderland. Held away by Power. McGeady now. Schmodix. Looks for Ward. But it goes way past him. And that's a goal kick for Sunderland. Shrewsbury Town now 1-0 up against Plymouth. You're listening to Football Commentary Live, the home of alternative commentary. As Shariki Dembele puts on his shirt and is ready to come on. Butler. Now Thompson. Thompson crosses to Clark-Harris. Now Harrison Burrows. Burrows crosses to Taylor. Taylor has the ball. Now Beavers. Was headed for his teammate, but Sunderland, but Jordan Jones was too quick for him. Now Jack Taylor. Thompson. I'm glad to see that he seems fully match fit after that foul he took in the first half. Sorry for Burrows. Taylor. But it's off. But the ball is offside, and it was Joe. And it looked like Joe Ward was in the wrong position at the wrong time. Anyway, there's going to be a substitution now as Dembele gets ready to come in. It looks like it will be a double substitution for Peterborough as Dembele comes on for Jordan Burrows. Arthur Reed, beg your pardon. And Reece Brown on for Jordan Burrows. Reece Brown started the match against Fleetwood Town, but started this one as a substitute. Will he be what Peterborough need to open the scoring? As Liebert clears the ball for Sunderland, and it's a bit of an incident that was unseen, but play still goes on. Joe Ward now for Peterborough, as O'Nien tries to get the ball off him, but only succeeds in getting the ball out. Credit to Ward for holding on. Doesn't look too pleased about something. Did O'Nien foul him? No, he only went for the ball, but pushed him down at the end. But I don't think it was intentional, to be fair. Still 0-0. The score between Peterborough and Sunderland. 57 minutes gone. O'Nien crosses to a teammate, but Peterborough quick to intercept. Dan Butler. Power was pushed down by Shariki Dembele, but play still goes on. Grant Leadbitter. Dion Sanderson. Max Power. Back to Sanderson again. Jordan Jones. Now Ross Stewart. Back to Leadbitter again. Winchester. McGeady. McGeady was heading for Wyke, sorry. Stewart. Leadbitter. McGeady. Jones. Now Carl Winchester! Saved by Christy Pym. Came close to scoring, and Winchester came close to scoring, and he knows it. Schmodix. Butler. Dembele trying to take the ball away from Sanderson, and he succeeds in doing so. Can he score from this angle? No. Power. John Sanderson. Great interception. Thompson. Ward. Now Reece Brown, and over the crossbar, and Reading are 2-0 up at home to Derby County. Belko Paunovic's side looking for promotion in the playoffs. Back to the Peterborough Sunderland match. And over the crossbar by Reece Brown. A little bit of an altercation going on as Dembele had the ball, which he still does. Brown. Taylor. Now Kent. Taylor again. Johnson, Clark, Harris. Clark Harris to Butler. But Sunderland again defending their half well. And talking of which, Sunderland are streaking up the pitch. Max Power, the captain. Nice cross, but it didn't come off. Back to Power again. Carl Winchester. He was aiming for Wyke. No, Stewart. But the ball has gone out after great defending from Peterborough. There was a cross going for Stewart, but Stewart looked like he elbowed Thompson out of the way, and it's just seen the first part of a corner, and now the ball is in the 6-yard box. Can Stewart do something about it? No. And a Sunderland player has gone down. Can't tell who it is. It looks like, I think it's actually Dion Sanderson. We'll get confirmation as and when I can. Lee Johnson seems concerned, and the physio has gone over to have a look. I just hope he's all right. The physio now having a look at no, it's not Dion Sanderson, beg your pardon. It is. I was right first time. Anyway, Blackpool 4-1 against Gillingham, Tranmere and Cambridge 1-1, and Bristol Rovers now 2-1 up against Doncaster Rovers, and Nottingham Forest now 2-0 against Queen's Park Rangers. This is what happened. Bit of a nasty altercation between one of the attacking Sunderland players and the Peterborough defenders, but Sanderson looks okay. That's good to see. And Dan Butler is going off for Niall Mason. Niall Mason coming onto the pitch. The 24-year-old who started his career as an academy player at Real Madrid and has also played football in Qatar. Goal kick given to Peterborough. Thompson, Ward. Leadbitter looked like he was about to take it away, and Schmodix almost sent the ball in, but it was just wide. That was almost certainly a goal. Ward had the ball, passed to Schmodix, but Burge was too quick for him. Great defending of the goal by Burge. He was in the right place at the right time and just pounced and slide tackled the ball away from him. 64 minutes gone. Still Peterborough 0, Sunderland 0. Schmodix or Leadbitter. Yeah, it was actually Leadbitter that had the ball. Anyway, it's gone out for another throw. 6 attempts at goal each between Peterborough and Sunderland so far, and Sunderland were on target twice so far. Max Power. Oh, looked like it was going to Stewart. But a bit of an incident going on that involved Joe Ward. Stewart was involved, but play still goes on. Mason was about to cross to Clark Harris, but a couple of Sunderland players got in the way. Coventry City now 2-0 up against Bristol City. Newport County now ahead of Bolton by a goal to 0. Cleared away by Pym. Schmodix. Wyke. O'Nien. Brown. Ward. Now Thompson. And now Dembele, and Dembele scores! The deadlock is finally broken, and Peterborough lead Sunderland by a goal to nil. That is Sharike Dembele's not 10th goal of the season. And the players and his teammates congratulating him. I think one of them ruffled his hair, which was a nice touch. Excellent teamwork between Ward and his team. It was actually Thompson who had the ball, and he passed to Dembele, who just fired it in without asking. He just didn't need a second invitation. Excellent pass and a great left footer into the bottom right corner by Dembele. And to officially confirm the score, Peterborough United 1, Sunderland 0. Darren Ferguson positively buoyed by this now. Best scoring season of his career so far. Best scoring career of Dembele's season so far. Can Sunderland pull back from this? Jordan Jones. Power. And Carl Winchester was brought down by the looks of it. He gets back up. Sanderson. O'Nien. To Max Power. Now back to Lee Burge. Burge sends the ball out forward. O'Nien. Stewarts. Jordan Jones. Niall Mason clips the ball, which goes out for a throw. And there was definitely an altercation with Joe Ward and another. That was actually before the Dembele goal. And Nottingham Forest now 3-0 up against Queen's Park Rangers. Nearly 69 minutes gone. Peterborough 1, Sunderland 0. Now Johnson Clark-Harris, can he add to this? He looks like he means business, but quickly cut out by Luke O'Nien. If he hadn't hung around, I'm sure he would have scored the second, but it looked like O'Nien was too quick for him. And anyway, it's a corner to Peterborough, but it doesn't come off. And the ball has gone out for a throw again. And a couple of Sunderland players look like they're getting ready to be brought on as a substitute. Looks like Lyndon Gooch and Denver Hume will be brought on. They should have brought Lyndon Gooch on earlier, in my opinion. The man who scored the winning goal in the EFL Trophy, and Lyndon Gooch goes on in place of Jordan Jones. Lyndon Gooch stuck with the club through thick and thin, has stayed with them consistently, even during their relegation years from the Premier League straight down to League One in 3 consecutive seasons. 70 minutes gone. Looks like Conor McLaughlin has gone on as well. No, he hasn't. Aidan O'Brien will go on for Ross Stewart's. My apologies there. I wasn't paying much attention. Anyway, it's Callum McFadden that will take it's a throw in to Peterborough, and Callum McFadden will go off in favour of Denver Hume, whom, like I said earlier, makes his first appearance since his 4-month layoff when recovering from injury. Mason crosses to Ward. Taylor. Jack Taylor goes over the crossbar. And Accrington Stanley 2-1 up away to Oxford United. Millwall 2-1 up away at Stoke City. Good header by Sanderson. Now Clark Harris. Ward looked like he was about to take the ball off, but Clark Harris has fouled O'Nien, but nothing given. Only a verbal warning. Charlie Wyke. Now Carl Winchester. Carl Winchester heading for Ross Stewart, but Stewart was in the wrong place to take the ball, and it is out for a goal kick. Seventy-two minutes gone. Peterborough 0, Peterborough 1, Sunderland 0. You're listening to Football Commentary Live. And Connor McLaughlin goes on for Grant Ledbetter. Don't forget to like on Facebook Football Commentary Live and also our Twitter page at Commentary Live 1. Sunderland still in possession. McGeady heading for Stewart, but intercepted by the Peterborough defence. Winchester. Power. McLaughlin. Jones. Butler was about to head for the ball, but O'Nien was quick to intercept. But O'Nien was too quick for him. No, sorry, it was Sammy Schmodix. It's out for another throw. O'Nien was heading for the ball, but he didn't get it where he needed to be. So no foul. Mason. Schmodix again, but great defending by Sunderland. Thompson to Brown. Reece Brown for Peterborough. Now Sammy Schmodix. Can he make it too? No! Peterborough still not done yet. Thompson. Brown. Goes straight through Ward and out for a throw. Would that have been offside? Quite possibly. Because he was ahead, but didn't see any flags go up. Jordan Jones. Fouled by Mason. Now Max Power. Dembele. Sanderson almost taken away by Clark Harris. Luke O'Nien. Back to Lee Burge. Dembele. Joe. McGeady. Power. Now Mason. Good cross by Mason. Caught by Dembele. And Dembele has been fouled by Carl Winchester. And he looks, and he's been brought down. He appears to be in some kind of pain. That is such a shame for him because he scored that amazing goal. Schmodix also went down in a separate incident. It looked like he was just shoved down by Carl Winchester, but Dembele gets back up. That's good to see. Was looking forward to seeing more of him, actually. And it is a Peterborough free kick, and it will be taken by Niall Mason. Bournemouth now 2-0 up away to Blackburn. Cross by Mason. Defended well by Sunderland. Jones. No, sorry, Gooch. Yes, Lyndon Gooch, the USA international. Power. McGeady. McGeady crosses. Was aimed at Wyke, but still kept out. And Carl Winchester goes for goal himself, but it only goes over the crossbar. Whatever opportunities Sunderland are given, they just can't seem to convert it into goals. Excellent defending header by Frankie Kent. Play still goes on. 12 minutes to go. Shrewsbury Town now 2-0 up at home to Plymouth Argyle. Sammy Schmodix almost had the ball, but Dion Sanderson went over him in defence. Schmodix not happy about it. He's going over to Craig Hicks to complain. And Carl Winchester goes off for Josh Scowen. Another goal kick to Sunderland. Cleared away by Burge. And Peterborough have scored the most goals in the final 15 minutes this season with 17. Sunderland one behind. Lee Burge still keeping the ball in possession for Sunderland, but Sunderland now back in possession with Aidan McGeady. Winchester looked like Wyke was going for it. No, it was Josh Scowen already getting into it, and a bit of an altercation with Jack Taylor. Scowen had the ball, but Taylor wanted to go for it, and the two of them collided with each other. It looked like Taylor pushed him down at first, but in the process went down himself. Anyway, free kick to Sunderland with 10 minutes to go. And it's going to be Aidan McGeady to take the free kick. Craig Hicks blows the whistle. McGeady goes for it. And Sunderland are level. Just when you thought that Peterborough were going to run that Peterborough were going to hold on. Sunderland have only gone and levelled the score. Wonderful right footer free kick from McGeady. And that is his 6th this season. Capped 93 times for the Republic of Ireland. That's 2 goals in 2 games for the 35-year-old. And Coventry still lead the game against Bristol City, though Bristol City have pulled a goal back. And Salford City have extended their lead against Forest Green Rovers. With just under 10 minutes left, can either Peterborough or Sunderland make it 2-1? And in that free kick from Aidan McGeady, the Peterborough defence looked like they were nowhere. And Lee Johnson, very happy indeed. Lyndon Gooch now for Sunderland. Crosses, but caught by Christy Pym. Derby have pulled a goal back against Reading, and Shrewsbury now lead Plymouth by 3-0. Sixth goal this season in 28 appearances for McGeady. And the physio now looking over Christy Pym. Is he all right? And during this time, all the players are now taking advantage of a drinks break. I just can't keep on praising McGeady enough. That was just wonderful. "83 minutes gone. Peterborough 1, Sunderland 1. The physio still having a look at Christy Pym. He's feeling the right of his chest. Checking to see if there are any broken ribs. But Pym gets back up. He seems to be all right. Doing a couple of twists with his arms. This was the earlier incident between Ward and McFadden. McFadden was fouled, but this was what caused the accident to Christy Pym. Lee Johnson, understandably concerned and a bit annoyed as to what might have caused it. Play still goes on with just under 6 minutes to go. Mason. Sanderson. Wyke. Clark Harris. Ward. Offside. And Smodix goes off for Mo Isa. Beg your pardon, it wasn't a throw. Beg your pardon, it wasn't for an offside. It was for the Isa substitution. Mo Isa impressed so much in non-league, he was snapped up by Cheltenham Town. Thompson, but fouled by O'Brien. O'Brien went for the ball, but that looked a bit rough and unnecessary. Is that worth a card? I don't think so. Sunderland back in play. O'Brien. McGeady. Ball's gone out for a goal kick. And Wycombe Wanderers now 3-0 up away to Rotherham United. Barnsley are 2-1 up against Luton, and Burton leads Swindon by 2-1. Pym takes the goal kick for Peterborough. Both sides are now running out of time to edge ahead again. O'Brien goes for it, but Frankie Kent was hounding him every inch of the way, and the ball has gone out for a goal kick. Christy Pym to take the goal kick again for Peterborough with 3 minutes left. And it's gone out for a throw-in to Sunderland. John Sanderson. Luke O'Nien. Excellent cross from Grant, led from Hume, but Peterborough were quick to intercept. Dembele. O'Nien couldn't quite hold on to the ball in time. And Reading have now extended their lead over Derby. They are now 3-1 up. Lee Burge now to clear the ball for Sunderland. But intercepted by Mark Beavers. And again, Dion Sanderson now for Sunderland, but Isa's closing in on him. He's still hounding him, but the Peterborough players are now swarming all over him. Jack Taylor going for McGeady, can't quite do it. O'Nien. Power. Max Power for Sunderland. And that almost went in had it not have been for the Peterborough defence. They did so well to keep the ball out. In actual fact, it almost came close to an own goal from Beavers and Kent, but Christy Pym was able to spare their blushes. Corner for Sunderland. Isa with the ball. Now O'Brien. Aidan O'Brien for Sunderland. Heads to Wyke. But Pym catches the ball. And we are now into the final minutes of normal time, with an additional period of 5 minutes. Ball cleared by Pym. Crossed by Gooch, but caught by one of the Peterborough forwards. Almost headed to Isa. Dembele. Shariki Dembele to Thompson. Now Ward. Joe Ward. He's really been in the thick of the action throughout this game. Ward crosses, but cut out by the Sunderland defence. Throw in to Peterborough again from Thompson. Dembele. Ward. Back to Dembele. Dembele still holds on. But intercepted, and looks like there's been an incident. Dembele clearly not happy about something. Port Vale now 2-0 up against Harrogate Town away, and Coventry lead Bristol City 3-1, and Fleetwood Town have pulled a goal ahead of AFC Wimbledon away. But a Sunderland player's gone down. That looked like an incident between whoever it was and Mark Beavers. Colchester 1, Barrow 1, the latest score from there, and Preston North End 1-0 up away at promotion chasing Swansea City. Mark Beavers to take the free kick. To Thompson. Ward. Headed by one of the Sunderland midfielders. Gooch. Lyndon Gooch. He has the ball. He's not letting it go. Passes to Hume. But Peterborough clear the ball away from him, and it's gone out for a throw. Wyke. Hume again. That looked like it was going for goal, but it was caught by Christy Pym, who clears the ball out of his area. Sir Johnson Clark-Harris, but Sunderland are back in possession. Oldham Athletic now lead Crawley Town by 3-1. And Nottingham Forest head QPR by 3-1. Lyndon Gooch now for Sunderland. Power. Back to Gooch. McGeady. But saved by the defending Peterborough players. And it looks like it will be another corner for the Black Cats. With 1 minute to go of extra time, can they take all 3 points back to Wearside with this? Can they convert this corner to a goal? The answer is no. But Sunderland still will not give this one up. Looked like it was heading for Charlie Wyke, but the ball has gone over and is out for a goal kick. That may well have been Sunderland's last chance to win all 3 points in this crucial match for the automatic playoff places in League One. Pym to take the goal kick, but Peterborough are still going for it again. Back to Pym. And the whistle has gone, and neither team take the crucial 3 points that they needed, but Peterborough came ever so close, and they would have taken all 3 points home had it not have been for Aidan McGeady's wonderful and superb free kick. Shariki Dembele scored a creditable goal himself, but McGeady just surpassed him in terms of the most spectacular moments of the game. At the end of the match at the Western Home Stadium, it is Peterborough United 1, Sunderland 1.
Thank you very much, Nicholas. We are currently in to two, almost 3 minutes of the 7 added on in the New York Stadium. The Millers trail by 3-0, as Nicholas was telling you during the game updates. Fantastic updates on other matches throughout the Football League and fantastic commentary from Nicholas today, considering he's not that very much confident, I think, with doing solo commentary on his own. But a fantastic job. Nevertheless, Nicholas, fantastic work. There is Peterborough and Sunderland play out a 1-0 draw. Rotherham with a long throw by Hardy into the penalty area. Wickham managed to get the ball clear, and Akinfenwa knocks the ball straight forward down the line. Your Anderson's out there to clear it downfield for Rotherham, trying to put pressure on Wickham. Smith can't keep the ball in, and Wickham having another throw which will be taken. And Wickham will try and run the clock down now as the game ticks towards its conclusion here at the New York Stadium. In the game I've been watching behind the scenes while Nicholas was watching the game at the Western Homes Community Stadium. Rotherham very, very poor this afternoon, it must be said, in the game I've been watching today, and we currently still play on at the moment as Matt Crooks keeps the ball in, flicks down the line. Joseph soon can't get there, but it's out for a throw to the Millers, which Ryan Giles will look to take, and I think he might try and launch this one into the penalty area. Well, no, it goes back to Angus MacDonald without a number on back of his shirt after having blood a few moments ago in towards the penalty area. Stockdale punches clear only as far as Og Bennett, back from injury and back in the side today. He was on the bench on Good Friday away in Millwall, but back playing action today along with Jimmy Lindsay, who back in the side today after being on the bench in the last game away at Millwall. Rotherham have a corner which Ryan Giles will come across to take. Less than 3 minutes to play now, coming up towards the final 2 minutes of this game, as Ryan Giles with the corner to try and get Rotherham a consolation goal if they can. The ball keeps moving off the spot where Giles wants to put it for this corner. Now he can take the corner in towards the penalty area. It goes all the way through. George Hurst is there to try and keep the move alive. Knocks the ball back. Just George Hurst to Wes Aldin, who knocks the ball in towards the penalty area. Stockdale comes, claims, forces around to make sure nothing can come from this. It's a fantastic bit of goalkeeping there from David Stockdale. Crawley 1, Oldham 4 is a latest score. Thank you for that, Nicholas. That's just coming. Barnsley have a big win in the Championship against Luton. Derby have lost by 3-1 against Reading. Stoke and Millwall. That's finished 2-1 to Millwall, who beat Rotherham on Friday. Back-to-back defeats for the Millers. Wickham off the foot over the Championship table. I'll just point out to you there. We'll just run through the final scores very, very soon for you as the final whistles are going around the country. Rotherham still trail by 3-0. We're into the final minute as Johansson hits long downfield up towards Michael Smith, and Smith controls well. Michael Smith knocks the ball out wide towards Og Bennett, but he slips. Crooks can't get there, and Wickham, who have played fantastically well this afternoon, it must be said, try and break down the line. No free kick given after the Fred Nimna goes down there, and Rotherham 0, Wickham 3 is the scoreline. Looking forward to George Hurst, who goes down, no foul against George Hurst. And now Gareth McCleary comes running forward in Yakwa to Giles as Rotherham try and get a consolation here, but he doesn't allow the arguing to do is just puts that ball straight out of play for a throw. Almost time is up now here at the New York City in the game I've been watching. Hi to Mike, who is on as well, hopefully doing okay. I've run through the final scores from the Football League matches today and other games I've played around about this at this time. Nicholas Boyce, some fantastic commentary. Thank you to Mike for giving a brief update there on the Stevenage game. You've been watching that one this evening, but not for us this afternoon. We'll bring you the closing stages. It looks like Rotherham are going to lose this by 3-0, and it's a poor day for the Millers as the final whistle now goes, and Wycombe Wanderers get a fully deserved victory over the Millers this afternoon. They've won by 3-0 in a fantastic performance from Gareth Ainsworth's side. Then Max was commenting regarding the Stevenage game, which we'll get up on the screen right now, and I'll read that out before I go through the scores. He says, full-time Stevenage 1, Bradford 1, Lou Norris gave Stevenage the lead, and it was equalised by Clayton Donaldson. Both goals coming in the first half. Thank you very much for that, Mike. We'll just run through the scores for you. Then we'll get Nicholas's man of the match in the Peterborough game, and then we'll finish for today. So let's run through the scores. Then evening kickoffs in the Premier League. Everton take on Crystal Palace at 6 o'clock. Wolves against West Ham is a 8:15 kickoff. Scottish Cup, Queen of the South versus Hibernians, evening kickoff at 7:45 this evening. In the Championship, Middlesbrough 1, Watford 1. Blackburn 0, AFC Bournemouth 2, Coventry 3, Bristol City 1, Luton 1, Barnsley 2, Nottingham Forest 3, QPR 1, Reading 3, Derby 1, Rotherham 0, Wycombe 3, as you just heard the closing stages of that match there with myself. Stoke 1, Millwall 2, Swansea 0, Preston 1. Sheffield Wednesday versus Cardiff is an evening kickoff at 5:30. League 1, AFC Wimbledon 0, Fleetwood Town 1, Blackpool 4, Gillingham 1, Bristol Rovers 2, Doncaster 1, Burton 2, Swindon 1, Hull City 3, Northampton 0, MK Dons 0, Crewe Alexandra 2, Oxford United 1, Accrington Stanley 2, Peterborough 1, Sunderland 1, Rochdale 0, Ipswich 0, Shrewsbury 3, Plymouth 0, Wigan 0, Portsmouth 1. In League 2, Colchester 1, Barrow 1, Crawley 1, Oldham 4, Exeter 0, Mansfield 0, Forest Green 0, Salford 2, Grimsby 1, Cheltenham Town 1, Harrogate 0, Port Vale 2, Leyton Orient 0, Walsall 0, Newport County 1, Bolton 0, Stevenage 1, Bradford 1, as we just mentioned, thanks to Mike, Tranmere 1, Cambridge 1. Women's International Friendly, Uzbekistan 1, India 0 in the National League. Bournemouth 2, Hartlepool 2, Chesterfield v Dover, match postponed. Cambridge 0, Aldershot 2, FC Halifax Town 3, Weymouth 2, Kings Lynn Town 2, Altrincham 0, Maidenhead United 0, Eastleigh 1, Surrey Moors 0, Sutton United 0, Wilston 5, Barnet 1, Woking 2, Notts County 4, Wrexham 0, Torquay 1. Stockport versus Bromley is a 5:30 kick-off this evening. In La Liga, Barcelona versus Real Valladolid is an evening kick-off at 8 o'clock. In the Australian A-League, Luxor Jets 0, Western United 1, Wellington Phoenix 2, Melbourne City 3. In the Belgian First Division A, OH Leuven 2, Genk 3, Zulet Wagram 2, KS Eupen 1, Royal Antwerp versus Anderlecht is an evening kick-off at 5:15. Danish Super League, Aalborg 3, Sonjek 2, FC Copenhagen 2, Randers 1, FC Midtjylland v Brøndby is an evening kick-off. That's just underway. Portuguese Premier League, Farens 0, Farens versus Sporting Braga, that's the evening kick-off at 7:15. Benfica v Maritimo, 7 o'clock kick-off. Moreirense v Sporting Lisbon, 9 o'clock kick-off. Then St. Petersburg in the Russian Premier League against FC Kimmich is a 5 o'clock kick-off. In the Swiss Super League, Basel 1, FC Vaduz 2 is a full-time score. Unfortunately, due to time running out, we are unable to get the man of the match from Nicholas Jones this afternoon, but fantastic commentary from yourself, Nicholas. Hope you enjoyed it, my friend, and we'll catch you very soon here on Football Commentary Live. Until next time, thank you very much and see you again soon. Take care. Bye bye for now.